Hi, this is YVON PREHN, and I want to show you how to create an online poll using Poll Daddy. It's a free program, it's easy, and it's really a lot of fun. Let me show you, before we get started, a couple of examples of polls, and let's talk for a minute about the value of them. With polls, you get immediate feedback. People can tell you exactly what they're thinking. If you construct it so that they can put in their own thoughts, it can do that. It gives you interaction for your websites. Instead of them just being static and you just talking to people, right away you can get immediate feedback. They can be a lot of fun or they can be very serious. Here I have two examples. Here's one where it says, when you think about your job as church communicator, what do you most like? Master and commander of my world? Artist and creative extraordinaire? Referee at a daycare center? Superhero in disguise, or you can just write in your own. So that's kind of a fun one that I put in there. Or a little bit more serious, because I really am interested in what people use to create things in their church. I put what software to use to create your church communications. Check all that apply. Now that's what these look like. And I'm going to just go out of this for right now, and I'm going to go back over to my website. Okay, this is what they actually look like on the website. You see, I've got both of them in the sidebar here. So you can place them anywhere you want. I could have put them inside an article. Just, do whatever you want to with them, but this is what I did. And I've just put them on here just a few minutes ago before I set this up. So they don't have a whole lot of responses as yet. But one of the things that's really fun about them is after you perhaps you want to check this master and commander. I don't even know if I have any votes at all, but right when you hit vote, as you can see, it tallies them for you, and you can see exactly what the results are. And this is really kind of a fun thing. And I know I've looked at different things like that, and I thought, boy, that's really neat. How did they do that? It couldn't be easier. In the same way with this one, let's just click a couple of these just so you can see how this does it. Those actually are the three that I use the most for creative things. I'm going to vote. And okay, we have a number of additional votes here. Like I said, these have just been up for a few minutes. So you can see, though, as it goes up, people can not only vote, but they can see what other people have had to say. Okay, well, how do we create these wonderful little polls? Couldn't be easier. You go over to Poll Daddy. It's just http polldaddy.com, and you come to something like this. Now, I've already signed up. To sign up, it's just no big deal at all. Let me go ahead and show you, though, their plans and pricing so you know what you're getting into. For free, you can get up to 100 surveys a month, 10 questions per survey. It does say Poll Daddy in the thing, and it's pretty basic. Now, then they also have, and this is the one that I really recommend that you try, because even for a lot of things in the church and stuff like that, you probably won't get a whole lot of responses, and you can always upgrade later. So start out with that, see if it's something that you like. The Pro is probably really realistic for lots of different things, and you can get reports this way, and you can have a lot more survey results and all that kind of stuff. The one thing that kind of bugs me about this, to be perfectly honest with you, is they charge $200 a year, and you can't do any kind of a monthly payment. It's just, that's our price, take it or leave it. So that's kind of irritating, but other than that, to get started, for most things you want to do in the church, the free one will be just fine. Now, I've already signed up for this, so I'm going to sign in and put in my email address at l.com is the one I use for that. And I'm going to sign in. Now, I have my little dashboard here, and it's just really nice. You can do both surveys or polls. The surveys are a little bit more complicated, still very, very simple, and I'll do another video where I'll go through how to do the surveys, but I want to just show you how to do the polls on this one. So let's just click polls, and what I want to do here is I want to, this is one that I just finished, and I'm going to create a new poll. Now, I'm going to put this one on, actually on a Bible study site that I've created for my church. So let's see, let's just ask something really simple. What Bible translation do you use most? Okay, and all you have to do is you just, here you can say King James Version. Let's say New Living, New International, and you could fill it out. You could do a whole lot more things, but we don't really need to do that. Also too, I kind of like this, especially on somewhere you're really wanting opinions and stuff like that. If you also put in allow users to enter their own answer, it will leave a little place where they can put in their own answer. Now, after doing that, you see you can select all these different styles. Now let's just go through. You see they have very plain, very simple ones, just all kinds of different ones. Now, for the church one, that's kind of a nice looking one. You can see this is where I got the really cute one that I did for the ladies thing on my website, or maybe since we're doing a thing on just a Bible thing, maybe we want something just really sort of plain. So we'll pick the aluminum one here, and we want our viewers to be able to see the results. This is if you're real uptight about repeat viewers, which is really not that big of a deal. We want to allow comments, and I don't really want to allow sharing. What that would mean is people could copy the poll and put it on their website, and then all the answers would be tallied on your account. We don't really want to do that. So all we have to do now, and by the way too, I left it on medium, just it's a good size for both in blogs, in your sidebars, whatever. And now all we do is we create our poll. And that's all there is to that. It's done. Now, this next part might be kind of scary, but don't let it bother you. All of you that do websites, and that's where we use the polls, would have a way of putting stuff into your website. For most websites, the JavaScript, you would just copy and paste this in. Because my websites are done with WordPress, and I will be doing some tutorials on how to create stuff with WordPress. WordPress has its own way of linking to things, and so you just click on this, and all we have to do right here is we just have to copy this little piece of code. Now, if you have a self-hosted blog, you first have to install the WordPress plugin, which I've done. That's on my regular site. But this one is just for the free WordPress.com users. All you have to do is you just have to take that, copy it, and then I'm going to go into my dashboard that's already here for my website. I'm going to add a new post. Now, don't worry about following me on this. This tutorial is simply to show you how easy it is to create Poll Daddy polls. We will be having other tutorials that will show you how to do the blog. But all I do is paste it in here, and I'm going to add up at the top what translation. It would help if I spelled it right. Translation. Goodness gracious. Do you prefer? And I'm not going to go into any special things on this because I'm just doing a demonstration here, but I'm going to publish it. Okay, and now to just view the post. Ta-da! And that's all there is to that. This is actually the little website that we use for the small groups at our church. And right here, what Bible translation do you prefer? And see, it did it all for you. You just can maybe do that, whatever, and then vote. And then we've just got one vote, people can immediately see what's there. And actually, I think I'm just going to leave it up here and see if people do anything with it in the next few days. But you can see how really, really simple it is to do a little poll. You just go into Poll Daddy, do a couple little things, and boom, you've got it. That's all there is to it. Finally, polls are really sort of like flowers. They're a great way to let people know that you value them. They're a way to have fun, but you also want to take their feedback seriously. Let people know what you did with them. Get a report back to them. Okay, we did this report on maybe Bible translations, and most of the people in our church prefer the New International Version. Just a few people, the King James, or whatever it is, people really appreciate you getting back to them with results. And please, when you're doing any kind of polls or surveys or whatever, repeat them periodically because people change, situations change, and you want to stay current with how you're serving your people. So may the Lord bless you as you serve Him in church communication.